Hello, hello. Right, so Tuesday. As you can see, I've not done much. So we'll just pretend that that doesn't exist. I'll just move this over here. I'm already later than I wanted to be. It's 10 o'clock and I should be standing on the door of the laundrette at the moment with these two bags. So I've got both of my winter weight duvets here. They've quoted me. Well, he said like £14.50 for a service wash on one of them. Because I'm not sitting in the laundrette all day. I know it'll only be like 3 hours to 4 hours. Well, no, because I've got to wait for the drying cycle. I'm not sitting in the laundrette all bloody day. That is a given. I am not doing that. So I'm going to pay for the service wash. I asked him how much you do for two. These are double duvets. I don't think that they're king, because these are old ones that have been kicking around for ages, hence why they needed a wash. He said £25 for two. It's no wonder people throw these away. These come into the charity shop all the time and we have to throw them away. Because that's pretty much the price of a new duvet, isn't it? It's not great. But anyway, I'm going to wash them. So that's what we're doing. I have 3 things to post. I honestly didn't think that this person was going to pay for it, so much so that I left it in the box yesterday when I looked at it, knowing that it sold. But it was in America, so I knew that I had to wait. But then they paid. So £21 for that, and then I really have overcharged on the postage, and I think I might have to give them something back on that, because they're probably going to get stung for import charges, are they not? Run and fly. They had a top button that was missing, which I have declared. But like so many things, you declare it, and they don't read it. Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? This was probably over 2 months ago, but it is in one of my videos because I definitely recorded it. So I had a COS coat, cream COS coat, like utility jacket. It had like pockets up here and pockets down there, and it was belted. It was in one of my sold videos, probably about like 2 months ago, and I sold it, and then they immediately opened a return when they got it, because they said, "Oh, the button is off on it." Now they'd clearly cut it, and the button had been cut off, and they were like, "I'm going to have to return this because it's not as described." And I wasn't shirty with them. I didn't say, "Can you not sew it back on again?" The message that I actually sent to them was, "Oh, okay, we'll just open a return." And I says, it's very strange because I recorded a video of myself packing this up, and it wasn't loose on that video. I didn't even send them a link to the video, but I never heard from them again. So it is worth doing these videos, because nutters have to relent. Right, this is an All Saints coat. I suspect this is coming back. It is called the Calla Parker. I've got 2 All Saints coats that look very similar. I had this one listed for 30. I've had it listed for bloody ages. And somebody sent me a message this morning saying, "Can I send it special delivery, next day delivery?" Which is special delivery or first class. So I've responded this morning, admittedly at 8 o'clock, even though the message came through at 6. And I says, "Yeah, I've got those postage options. Just select those postage options." And they said, "Oh, I need it for something that's happened because I'm going away on the 14th. Oh, so that is Saturday, isn't it? So maybe this is a festival thing. I thought he said I thought he said Monday the 14th, but Monday is not the 14th, is it? So it must be a festival thing. Because I was thinking, if you're going away on Monday, does that mean that you think that this is waterproof and you're going up the Cairngorms or something random, and you think that this is going to protect you from the elements, which it won't, because this is very much a fashion jacket. So yeah, so I replied back, and then they sent me an offer of 25, which I accepted, and then it took some while to pay, because I was thinking, oh, here we go, another one. And then obviously they have paid, but they've just paid for free postage. So I offer free postage, 48. I do the tracked postage free, just because it's just simpler. Because second class, it only costs like an extra 10p on eBay for the tracked. So I just go with that for anything that's small parcels. So it's really annoying, because I've got every listed on there, and I've got special delivery listed on there, but both of the things that he asked for, he wasn't willing to pay extra for. So we will see. Hopefully it'll get there. I mean, I am literally dropping it off after I've dropped off the stuff for the dry cleaners. Right, so this is very weird. So this is Sahara. I almost feel like there's something wrong with it. So if you look at that is far more vibrant than the actual outer part of the garment. So it's like a beach throw, and I keep thinking that I've listed it wrong. That it's actually, that curls over like that, but obviously then that would be upside down. And there is a care label in here because it says 100% silk, and that's on the vibrant side. So I'm really quite confused with this. It's almost like it's a seconds, because the finish as well on that bit looks better than the finish on that bit. I have no idea. I rarely find Sahara. Like, I think I've found it twice, this being the second time. But this is sold fairly quickly. I was about to cross-list this yesterday to Vinted, but I didn't. It has sold today for 20, which I think is reasonable. It's got a little bit of, although it's silk and it says this, you can put it in the washing machine. It just feels a little bit like the delicate fibres have been interfered with because it's been put in the washing machine. But that's what it says on the instructions. And I'm really running out. Of these, because obviously I don't have the packaging voucher anymore. I've had some of these delivered to Argos near where I work, so I need to go and get them click and collect, because I need some more poly bags. It's funny, the expenses do feel like more now that I'm on a basic shop, even though I'm spending less on outgoings. Absolutely spending less on outgoings. My figures tell me that. Right, anyway, I'm going to shoot off. I need to take these duvets, pound to a penny. The price that he quoted me yesterday will not be the same today. But apparently that for a service wash is quite good. I feel like an EastEnders character. Hi, Doc, can you do a service wash? Why does nobody, not one person on Albert Square, have a washing machine? I just don't understand. But apparently some people don't. I think in setups like this, some people prefer to have a dishwasher than a washing machine. To me, a washing machine is the thing. But anyway, mine, I know how long mine takes. Mine takes 2.5 hours. Having seen my parents at the weekend, I know that theirs takes 3 hours. One of the cycles even said 5 hours. So yeah, I am not sitting in the laundrette. So yeah, I'm going to get the postage labels done for them and shoot off, get these things dropped off. Obviously, I'll be back out again today because I need to pick them up. Yeah, and I am just going to list on eBay today. Yesterday, I cross-listed about 10 things to Vinted, and I've had no Vinted sales. So I just despair, and I've listed some addresses, but then I suppose the weather is awful. I don't know. I don't know how to make Vinted work. Whatever I do on Vinted is wrong. Because I see these wonderful prices that people command, but it never happens for me. Yes. Right, anyway. I am the eBay girl. Right, I'm going to crack on with this because I really want to get to the laundrette ASAP. Right. Okay, so here we are. It is Thursday. I would really love it if you could hear the noise that pigeon is making. Right, so I don't know what's wrong. I feel like I'm having an existential crisis or something. I haven't been out anywhere, so I should have achieved an absolute ton of stuff here, but I haven't. Yesterday, I did do one little thing yesterday, which was quite an important thing. But then I also sat on the sofa, pretty much worrying about every damn little thing. But sitting worrying about stuff doesn't actually get stuff done. It just gives you more of an aneurysm feeling. So, yeah, I'm back at work tomorrow, and I still have piles of stuff everywhere, and I still have a dirty apartment and an unsorted apartment, and I feel like, I know it's it is total first world problems, but sometimes just getting your little space organised helps, doesn't it? Yeah, I actually don't know what's wrong with it. I think the thing is it started when I've listed about 20 odd things to Vinted, and I've had no actual real views and no watchers. I get messages saying that somebody's watched my item, but then when you go into it, there's nobody watched it. So I don't know what is going on there. And all of this stuff is stuff which has come from my mum's wardrobe, which I was going to put on Vinted because I just thought, well, that makes sense to put it on Vinted, because a lot of it is different t-shirts that she decided she doesn't like the style of anymore. So they're all in the same size, all in the same brand. So I could do bundles on them, but then what is the point if Vinted literally does not work for me? And I've looked into it, and it must be 6 weeks since I've made a sale on there, even though I do consistently put things on. Not as consistent as other people, but I do list every week. And then I have to take said stuff off because it's sold on eBay. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's because because I put stuff on and then I end up deleting it because it sells on eBay. But even if I put stuff that is solely on Vinted, it still doesn't sell. I don't know. I watched a video this morning from some YouTuber, tips on why your stuff isn't selling, and basically her advice was everything that I do, like taking photos, no shit. And then the upshot of it is that she lists all her stuff for £2, even stuff which is clearly worth £30 to £40. She's listing for £2. Well, yeah, no wonder you're selling it. And her argument was sustainability. Oh, God. I'm not here to save the world. You get to a certain age in life where you realise the things that you've been worrying about all your life are completely pointless. Greta Thunberg will have this revelation and she'll realise how much she's wasted. I just think of myself at the age of 15 at a CND rally. What was the point, really? Yeah. Right, stuff I've sold. So yesterday I sold 2 pairs of trousers. So last time, the beginning of this video was Tuesday. Yesterday, I went and picked up the duvets that had gone to the laundrette. So I was up at a reasonable time. I had plenty of time to do lots of stuff yesterday, and I just didn't. I just sat here worrying about stuff, which is so counterproductive. And yeah, it wasn't even that much. I think the thing is that I wouldn't be worrying about money as well if I hadn't because I had such a good May, which I know that I had a good May because I was ill at the end of April and I ended everything in my eBay shop and then sent it all live from the 1st of May. So I know that that's why I've had a good May. And then I came to payday and I decided to pay a full 500 quid off my credit card, which is now giving me squeaky bum now at this point here, because I know that, and I mean, it's not even like I have to worry because I have an overdraft, and it just means that I'll have to slip £50 into my overdraft, which doesn't even matter, but I feel like I'm failing. It's tiny little things, it doesn't even matter. I'm annoyed with myself. Right, these are all very, very small sales. That's the other aggravating thing, is that on Tuesday, see, it's all these little things that have got to me. On Tuesday, I put on a coupon. I haven't run a coupon for at least 3 to 4 months. I think I was driven because I'd made a logo through, because I've started using Gemini too much. And really starting to see the benefits of Gemini, because Gemini has come onto the Samsung phone and I've started using it. So it gave me quite a nice little logo for my eBay thing. So I had to attach it to a coupon. And I thought, well, it'll help as well, because if I put a coupon on, I'll suddenly start making really loads of sales. And I haven't. And now, of course, the stuff which has sold is the stuff which I've newly listed. So now the stuff that I've newly listed, which was already competitively priced, is sold for dumb money. There's only 2 things there that have sold for that. And it's reasonable, because at least they're not going to be kicking around. But I don't even know. I'm getting annoyed for no reason. Oh yeah, and you may notice that I have dyed my hair. I haven't done a very good job of it because obviously I've got roots, and there's not really that much point in going deep into the roots because it's just a waste of hair dye. But that was the other thing, is that then I was thinking of going out to an area of Manchester called Sale, either today or yesterday, and I just thought, I'll tie that in with a haircut. So literally every hairdresser's in Sale had no booking availability for any of the days. So I am gonna go and have a haircut at one of these places. But clearly, if they're booked up for the next 2 weeks, Sale must have the best hairdressers in the entirety of Manchester if you can't get a booking. So I'm expecting the best haircut when it actually comes to it. So yeah, I've dyed my hair, because when it's not, it just gives it a bit of conditioning. So I've put some hair dye through it just because it just feels so gross when it's that blonde colour. And I really can't be bothered to do my roots and to do other things. So there we are. I don't know. There's more to it than that, right? These are Dunlop. Had these in for ages. I don't even know why I got them. Dunlop Golf. Don't know what's wrong with me. They've had these for ages. I haven't had them for ages. I haven't had them for a year. So they've gone like £5, I think. I'm quoting you all wrong for this. It might be more than that. £6.99. It might be £6.99. This sold yesterday. So this is sold on coupon. This has been on Vinted. This is under the stories. This is a blouse. but it's got horses on it. I've sold it before. It sold really fast. So then I saw it again, picked it up, and I've had this for ages. So that's gone. It went for $9.99, but then they've used the 20% coupon, so that's $7.99. So this is all so marginal. And although it's money going into my bank account, it ain't enough. And I don't have enough poly bags, because the poly bags that I've ordered are sitting at Click and Collect, because I can't trust anybody to actually deliver anything to the apartment door without leaving it outside. And it's not just me, because you can come home and you can find somebody's stuff in the car park. So I wasn't going to have it delivered here. So yeah, that is what it is. Spirit of the Andes. This has got holes in it. So this was listed. It's got holes in it here. They have been declared, but let's hope that they've read what it said. So that's gone on the coupon thing for $7.99, because I put that on at 10 because it had holes. And I mean, I'm really using up the crap. I mean, I don't even know what these. I've got a load. So these are like normal size, and then I've got a load. Obviously, they've come with some delivery. I've got a load of purple ones, which are just that little bit smaller. So although I've got like tons of these, they're just slightly too small for what I need. So I'm really using up the dregs of my supplies. The ones that I've ordered are really nice. It's just I can't be asked to go over and get them. I'll get them tomorrow at my workplace. Please tell me you can hear that. That pigeon is just so annoying. It just does it to annoy me. We call them hoo-hoo, because that's all we hear all day. Right, so this was listed yesterday as well. So this is Marnie. So this has ended up going for $11.99. I think I probably could have got like the 15 for it. It's only Uniqlo Marnie, but I don't know. The moment I brought it home, I regretted it. So now it's even more of a regret, because that has gone on as a coupon, and that's it. It's just, I honestly think that everybody is in the same boat financially. It's just nobody flipping talks about it, do they? Everybody is struggling in some way. I don't think, and I think that's why Vinted and eBay are so bleeding saturated with sellers, is because nobody's got money to spend. I know people who have got money to spend. Let me tell you, they don't shop on secondhand websites. It's all just a little bit academic, right? So yeah, I've still got stuff to list. I think I'm going to get on with that. I do want to. I need to get my drink. I do want to photograph this, but it will mean I've got to run the Hoover around, because if for some reason I'm going to become one of these people who like Hoovers every day because there's bits on the carpet. I can't take photographs with the bits that are on the carpet. It's been 4 days. So I feel like I hoovered on Monday. Yeah, so I've got these bits here from my mum's. I've got stuff which I want to put on. I've got stuff which I want to put on my personal eBay, but I haven't listed on my personal eBay for it's easily 6 months. Ever since they made all these changes, I really don't know what's going on with the postage. I can't make head nor tail of it, because I like to put in how much it weighs, and I like to just put that in, and on my business account it shows it like boop 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 boop, and I can just change it if need be, and I know what it is. But my personal account has always had postage policies which wind me up anyway. So I've sort of like been relenting in using those postage policies, and now that has, it's sort of still there, but then it keeps saying something about this simple delivery, which is still, and I don't even know what that is. I have not got the thing on my personal account to put in the weight of the parcel and the size of the parcel, so that's why I haven't listed on there. I mean, there must be other people who feel like this, and on top of that, the app is no longer compatible with my old phone, and that's another reason why I don't list on there, because I used to use this old phone, take the photos on here, make the listings on this phone, and then I could keep this one logged in on the Wi-Fi here and see what it is. But if I list on my personal eBay now, I've got to log out of my business account on this phone and log in to my personal account on here to do all my personal listings, and it's just a ball ache, and that's why I haven't done it. I can't be the only one. eBay must have, there must be other people who are like me, who are just like, oh, I ain't got the headspace for this, and haven't done it. And then I have to admit, a lot of my personal stuff has gone on Vinted rather than eBay because of that very reason. So, I know that although I am always a fan of eBay over Vinted, I know why they're digging their own grave, because if somebody like me who really champions it has not listed on their personal account for all of the changes that they've made, I know that it's not unique to me. I know that there's other people like me who've just like thought, I'll blow it. But I do need to bite the bullet, because I dyed my hair this morning, and trying to find my hair dye t-shirt was a goal. It was a quest. And then I've got lots of t-shirts like this, which, are just too tight, and they make, here's me talking about how to make money. I've got a very, very obvious way of making money online, but I haven't utilised it. But yeah, I've just looked at a few of my t-shirts, and I'm like, it's got like a lot of graphic print that goes all the way down here, and when I've got something that's got graphic print that goes there and it goes down to here, and the graphic is like a thick graphic, not like this, because this is sort of like matte, but when it's like like a proper rubberized one, and it's annoying, and it sort of like folds up because of your cleavage, I don't wear those t-shirts, and I do need to get rid of them. And then I tried on a Bay trading top today, and it's got a sort of neckline that sort of goes like that, and it's a nice top. However, it shows off this portion of my bra, so I'll never wear it. So there's lots of stuff like that. So I don't have to do like a wild wardrobe sort, but I could just go through my wardrobe and pick bits out, and then all the stuff which is crammed in the side and that this morning fell out and dropped on the floor, all of that can find coat hangers. And then obviously I do need to clean, because it's in the same state that my mum's wardrobe was. One of the reasons that I did a big wardrobe sort out for my mum is because, when you can see the dust on top of the hangers, it's in that situation, because the doors aren't closing properly, so the dust is getting in, and it needs to be tackled. And it doesn't even need a day, it just needs motivation. Yeah, so that's where I am. Frustrated. I was just frustrated. Yeah, I don't know. I know that all of these things that I'm describing are not unique to me. I think the thing is, I think we're all guilty of this. We're all guilty of thinking we're not as far on in life as we should be. And I give myself permission for that because I'm in my mid-40s. But it's like, I know a few people who I've like worked with who are like approaching 30, and I've like, you know, they're sort of having their existential crisis that you have when you're turning 30, because I did the same thing. But you sort of look at them and you just think, God, I wish I was turning 30. I wish that was the extent of my problems. It's so weird, isn't it? Oh, that pigeon. I really wish, I really do hope that it's coming out on camera. Because it's not a soothing noise. It sounds like a soothing noise, but it's annoying. Right, anyway, this isn't getting me anywhere. Let's do the post. Have a walk to the post office. Get some milk, and then we can excessively drink milk today and not worry about running out of milk in the morning. I have like 10 things there to list on eBay. It's very windy up here. I've got 2 videos that I need to film. One which is easy because it's a review of something, and I tested the product like 2 months ago, so it is going to be a very, very, very honest review. And then another one about my financial situation, which I probably also don't want to talk about, but I need to do these videos because they're on the list of things to tick off and needs to be done. Right, anyway, yeah, I have a lot to do and not much time to do it, so let's try and have a successful day. I'm going to also stop this video here and upload this. So thank you for watching. I feel like I should apologise for the lack of good content, but you know, I am real. I honestly think that a lot of resellers aren't real. There's so many of them are just bouncing off the wall with motivation. I think that's the thing. It's like, I think I saw a few of those motivational things yesterday and it just mugged me off. I just felt really mugged off. And this part of me also was just thinking, there's a reason why there's so many of those natured people who are like, yeah, let's hit this, let's smash this, let's hit the goals. They've got to hit these goals and they've got to make reselling work, because they've probably got, half of these people have got such this bravado because they've probably got a criminal record. Let me tell you that even the most basic retail jobs, because people say, oh, you can go get a job in Tesco, but most of these jobs will ask for a clean criminal record and they will do a DBS check. For my job, I had to have a DBS check, and I honestly think that that's why you have a certain type of person who is a reseller, because they literally, if they try and get a job, they're going to be overlooked for somebody who has got a clean criminal record. And I think that's one of the things that people like don't factor in as to why there's certain types of figures of people, you know, with certain traits who are smashing it and reselling. Yes, because you know. They don't talk about it. They've probably survived in a prison setting. Anyway, just random thoughts. There's so many random thoughts in here. It's no wonder I like have days where I'm just like fit to burst. I wrote a list yesterday of stuff that needs to do. So I'm going to kind of work through the list. And if I work through the list, maybe my head will free up a bit. Yes, let's smash this! Woo! Smash those goals, yes. I can't be that person. Right, anyway, that's enough of this. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again soon. Goodbye.